Is this Beverly Hills 90210? What that is?
Brandon. Welcome to the Spread Eagle podcast show here. Starting off hot. Guys, what's going on? My name is Will Cofield. I'm joined by two of my very good friends and neighbors, Matt Lund and Stuart Smith. Fellas,
How we doing?
Good. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. I don't know when this is going to air, so it might be like Valentine's Day by the
Valentine's
time
Day,
we
but
hear
we're
this.
still gonna tell you
yeah,
Merry
Christmas. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Might need some heavy editing.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask my principal the other day, look, man, like every single school in our district sends out their district Christmas card to everybody. It's always a happy holiday. I was like, would we break the system here if
I need
we
to go
put
back and look
Merry
at what ours
Christmas?
said. I bet ours did.
I feel like in
Every
Jackson
one of
County, I feel like in Jackson County, you
Yeah.
can get away with it.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, I mean, I thought so, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about what else happened.
I'm gonna
there.
guess ours
Yeah.
is. I'm gonna guess ours is Merry Christmas.
Well, President Trump would have your back.
Yeah, of course.
As President Trump said, Christmas is the best of all the holidays.
Yes, it is.
All the
It's a
other
good
holidays
holiday.
are losers.
It's a great holiday.
Frankly, if you think Valentine's Day is the best holiday, you're a loser. Christmas has always been a winner. It will always be the winner.
Still, that's a great impression. That's a great
That is.
impression.
I've been working
That's
on
too much.
I will say, look, I graduated with my master's last Friday night.
Congrats.
Well,
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Wasn't saying that for that.
Yes.
They called
online,
my name.
online, or were you in class? Were you online?
Yeah, I did it online.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but graduated in person. Hannah made me go and do that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
as I walk across the stage, they call my name, and I hit the little Trump dance. With
There you go.
and then I go and dap up the president of the university, interim president of the university. And then the first professor I get to, I was waiting on him to have a comment, and he's like, "I absolutely loved your dance." And I was like, "Hey, my man, like,
if
let's
you
go."
had,
Like,
if you had gotten the president to do a choreographed, like end zone handshake,
oh, absolutely, that would have been awesome.
You'd have been a legend.
That's the first time I've ever met that guy. Ever seen
yeah.
him? He's got a ponytail.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
I
at
do
all.
feel like Trump's lost just a little bit of energy, right? Like I expected him to come out swinging, and all we get is the little dance,
the little golf
right?
dance.
The
Dude,
little
he's
golf-
how old is he?
Well, he is mid-70s.
Yeah.
He is.
and he's still got a
pushing-
golf swing
He's
that's
still
a
got a
beauty.
golf swing.
He's 78, I think.
And he'll drop a zinger
Okay.
every once in a while. Right? Yeah, just burn somebody.
Are you gonna fact check us here?
I'm
Lon?
gonna fact check everything.
fact check. Yeah, there we
Yes.
go. Yeah, so we're fact checked. So we are factual here.
No fake news on this show.
Yeah, with the Spread Eagle podcast.
Yeah.
There's no fake news on Spread Eagle.
Guys, you want to tell them where that name
He
came
is-
from?
He is 78.
78.
78.
Dang.
My
He is
goodness,
78,
knocking
yes.
on 80.
It's impressive.
So the name,
There are people in the nursing home that old,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I think we deliver things to people that are that old. You go
My
cut
kids,
their grass.
my
or-
kids go paint
Right.
cookies
Uh-huh.
at the assisted living facility.
Mhm.
78-year-olds.
Yeah,
That's wild.
that is
We
the
and we got
president-
one about to run our country
the
and run it
president-
like a freaking business.
that was the
President of the
average
free
age of
world.
our neighborhood before the Cofields moved in.
When I first met Matt, the average age in the neighborhood was 183.
183.
yeah.
Here, bring
It's
this a little
continued-
closer.
Yeah,
here.
bring
Yeah,
it
there
on.
we
It's
go.
Yeah.
continued to drop.
There we go.
Yeah.
Look, you can twist this
Yeah.
here and let
So
it-
you asked about where the name the Spread Eagle came from.
Tell our wonderful listeners, all four
when
of
we
them.
moved in, and for probably about, I don't know, Stuart, was it about 5 years the thing ran after we moved in? Because Dylan was still here. He was in on it.
'Cause y'all-
And,
you moved in here where?
We moved in 2013.
There you go.
Stuart and them have been living here since
08.
8. Yeah, since
Yeah.
y'all been here about 5 years before us. So we had a newsletter when we had the HOA here.
Oh yeah.
And we had a newsletter called, I believe it was called the Eagle's Nest, right?
Well,
That's
because
right.
we're in Eagle
Yeah.
Trace.
Eagle
right?
Trace,
Trace.
yeah.
Back
So it's
here,
an
background
Eagle theme,
information.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they called it the Eagle's Nest, and it was just a newsletter about just random things, about facts about people in the neighborhood, and just
People spreading business about
yeah,
everybody's
spread. Yeah, if
business.
anybody's got
Yeah.
if anybody's got like a local business, or if anybody's trying to promote something or whatever, they could just put it in the little newsletter, and they had a printed out version that they would put in everybody's mailbox.
That's what everybody's
and-
HOA do went to.
Yeah,
was
and I would imagine it
And the
was.
streetlights.
And I right, and it was. I mean, there was maybe a complaint section or whatever. Then I remember they had one section where, it was a picture of something very random, and you had to guess which house that thing was at. Like one of them was Judy's lighthouse that's out
Okay.
in the front. Do you
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did people
So-
submit this? Did they
People
they
would
submitted
submit
it?
things to it, like they would put it out on Facebook and say, if you want to have something featured in the Eagle's Nest for, was it a monthly or was it like a
I
bi-monthly?
think it was a
or?
monthly. I think it was a
Okay.
monthly.
So we had some fun with it, and I got Stuart and Dylan in on it, and we didn't really distribute it as much as I think we probably could have. But we started maybe altering some of the stories, and we started making up some interesting things that maybe could possibly happen in our neighborhood. Because one thing that went into what we called the fake version of it, the spread eagle instead of the eagle's nest, was, do you remember when the Tiger King was popular? Do y'all remember the
I'm never
Tiger
gonna
King?
financially recover from
Yeah,
this.
I remember. So we had a story that Carol Baskin was moving to Eagle Trace. That Carol Baskin had just bought some property because there was a lot of land that was still open.
Yeah,
like,
the new
they started
constructions,
building.
yeah.
Yeah, they started building houses just like crazy in
They
here.
built mine, and mine was
yeah,
one of,
yours
like,
and
one of 3 or 4.
on the other
4.
side of JT's over here. They
Yeah.
built that one, and then they built the
the
Lees, and then
the Doves.
a few on the Queen Court over here by Frankie. Like Frankie's
really?
house is not
I used
very
to
old
chase
either.
Brewster
Yeah,
on this property.
yeah.
before
My
this house was
dog,
built.
my dog
Yeah.
Brewster, or Bruce, as everybody knew.
Get away from
Yeah,
Except
Stuart
Dean.
would watch him, and yeah, he would get away when Stuart didn't properly put the leash on him, and so.
Gosh.
But anyway, like that was one of the stories that Carol Baskin was going to open up a tiger preserve in our
a tiger.
There you go.
neighborhood, and there were some other things like we would just alter certain stories, like we would just make up
We
new
had
things.
Stewart's
yeah,
Corner.
Stewart's
where I-
Corner.
where I
Yeah,
would
Stew
just do
Corner.
nothing but complain. About
Yeah, yeah.
Complain
Like
about
we called
things
it
that-
like the house at Stew Corner, like Crew Corner. Yeah,
grinds my gears.
right. What grinds his gears, which is basically everything.
And this was all.
Yes.
Did you? Okay, so you had the Eagle's Nest that came out.
Yes.
And then y'all did the spread eagle. Did you send it out as well?
We did not end up. We didn't have time because they stopped doing the Eagle's Nest.
We got
yeah,
lazy.
They cut it. Yeah.
It was basically just circulated amongst.
It just
amongst
was
the-
basically amongst the friends
Yeah.
first, and then there was going to be a time when we had the guts to put it out there for everybody.
Put it in the mailbox.
And we,
Right,
and
yeah,
we-
it
we,
was
we
gonna-
would make fun of people.
Oh,
that
yeah,
way,
yeah,
right?
it was-
and,
yeah.
and instead of like the Eagle's Nest, it would be like, "Hey, congratulations to so and so or Yard of the Month or whatever
Right.
the heck they did." We would be like,
We would
this
do like
guy,
worst.
This guy decided to paint his mailbox ghetto this week, like
we,
painted gold.
we would have like worst yard of the month or
Worst
something.
yard of the month, yeah.
Most inconsistent Christmas light formations. We would have like
Oh, dude.
yeah.
There's some now that could go that.
Raise your hand
man.
if you're trying to be better than Jen and Alyssa at decorating your
dude.
house, which
No, just
nobody
better
is.
forget about it. They're
Yeah.
terrific,
Uh-huh.
and they are.
Oh, they're like
Can't- I mean,
yeah, they're fantastic.
I mean,
at that,
every
man.
Valentine's Day. Who decorates
Yeah,
Valentine's
no,
Day?
they are the absolute best. My son
was-
is 8 years old, and he absolutely loves going by their house
Oh,
at
yeah.
Halloween and at Christmas.
very festive.
Yes.
Well, and then we had somebody sold one of the houses up at the front of the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and new guy moved in, like a relative, whatever. And he was in and out of the house for there a little bit while he was trying to get moved in and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess one of the neighbors didn't like the fact that he wasn't cutting his grass, and so they went and pushed. I would drive around, and they pushed one strip by his house. Like by the road, they mowed one strip of it to kind of give him a warning, and
Yeah.
dude wasn't there. So I
Yeah.
come by the next day. There's another strip,
Yep.
and then so for a solid week, like they just kept mowing and mowing and mowing strips into the guy's yard, and the dude wasn't there, so he had no idea. He was like in the process of moving here, and I was like, all right, people, like just come, don't be a d-bag about it, just mow the kid's yard, right?
help
Like,
him out.
help
Will,
him
you
out.
would have had a perfect entry into our Spread Eagle newsletter if like we had known you were going to be the new right over here. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
The new know-it-all of the
yeah.
neighborhood. We'll just call it
Yeah.
that. We don't want to incriminate
I
anybody.
prefer the term mayor, if
Right,
I'm
the
being-
mayor of the neighborhood.
mayor.
Yeah,
the
you-
chicken episode would have been
Yeah,
able
we
to
could
do
have
a,
had like a whole conspiracy theory
we can still talk about
section
the
of
freaking
it.
chicken.
Yeah,
That
the,
still
the,
fires
the,
me
the
up.
chickens.
Oh,
We could have had
man.
like issue A to Z on the chicken
yeah,
situation.
yeah. The chickens.
We could
would
have like
been
an insert in every issue of Spread Eagle about the chickens.
Come on,
this
man.
week on the chickens.
yeah, this week on
I wish I had a
how
button
the
on here that
how
had a,
it's like the
had a
soap opera
chicken.
drama, like how the world turns.
yeah.
There it is.
I like it.
Oh my
I ain't
god!
got the chickens on here yet. We'll
Every time you bring up the chickens, that button gets pressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time.
That's great.
As this goes on, we'll do hot takes, and I'll just like take clippets of it. This dude says stuff off color, and we'll just hit it.
Hit it. Yeah, axe. Edit. The edit.
Just
button.
do like
The
a
circle
soap opera,
edit.
like Eggs of Our Lives.
Oh, I got
or-
that. Yeah, there we go.
yeah,
Just the whole time. Every time I talk, just start tapping that button.
how the coop turns.
Oh yeah.
So this gets this gets put online, and then anybody who wants to listen can
Yeah.
access.
And we'll put it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
Wherever, they say wherever you get your podcast. Whether you're a barbecue pit boss or a weekend griller, oh boy, do we have the rub for you. Presenting the one and only Pixie Dust, headquarters in the great city of Canton, Georgia. Pixie Dust is a local favorite dry rub that everyone enjoys. Look for it soon at a grocery store near you. Perfect for all your piggy products.
And we're back.
And
Yeah.
we're back.
And we're back.
We
yeah.
are back.
Well, thanks to our sponsor there. With my Dad Rescue podcast, I got buddies who I made like little sponsorship ads for. And so I could just fire those guys off and we'll be back and mute everybody and let the Hannah's Mill Vet Clinic ad play. And
Well, I've got a question for you guys. Do we feel like the playoffs have fixed college football? Made it worse?
I was just about to get everybody's takes on
What do we
your
think?
predictions for that.
Is it better now? I kind of wonder if you're never going to get people to stop complaining. There's always going to be those who are like, my team didn't make it into the playoffs and they should have.
you're good.
Right?
Keep talking, you're good.
I agree.
And then there's always going to be those who are
Bama
like,
fans.
this team,
Yeah.
this team, that team, this team
Yeah.
doesn't belong in the playoffs, right? There's merit to that
Clemson.
too. Sure. Sure. Indiana, right?
Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't know that it's fixed it. But what's the fix? Do you expand it again?
Right.
Do you go with the FCS model where they take the top 16, right? Is that what the FCS does?
The FCS is a 16 team, I believe.
Right.
I can look that up.
They
as
have a
well.
16
That's
team
something-
playoff system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you host, I think every round is hosted at a home site.
And I
It's
think
there are no bowl games.
I
Even
believe-
the championship is hosted at home site because
So
North
yeah,
Dakota
because,
State's
yeah,
hosted
because
the
that
championship.
dome up in North Dakota
Yeah.
State always seems like that's on TV every
Yeah, well,
year
it's because,
hosting something.
North Dakota
Yeah.
State's competing every
Right.
year.
Yep.
So that would make it like ours, except there'd be no bye, basically.
Yeah, and all the games would
And more
be
teams.
played at each individual field. There would be no bowl games. Like
Right.
if Tennessee were to beat Ohio State and go play in the Rose Bowl, it wouldn't be at the Rose Bowl. It would be at the higher seeds.
Well,
I think the issue with it, and a lot of people are having this issue with it, is that the conference champions don't deserve an automatic bye.
I agree
every
with
time.
that.
And I think that's the one thing that is going to get fixed with it. I think that's the one thing that they're
But
looking
then why
at.
play? Then why play it?
Right.
What's
and
the-
that's
what's the point of a conference
unfortunately
championship?
Stuart and I.
Because if you're like Clemson and you're on the outside
Right.
looking in, but you get
Yeah.
that now, if you get that ACC championship, okay, boom, now
It
you're into the
bumps- it
playoffs.
bumps
yeah, and I think
you're
it's
not a bye, but you're
Yeah.
into the playoffs.
I think unfortunately, unfortunately, conference championships are going to go by the wayside.
I think
that
they will too.
sucks for us,
It'll
man,
be- it'll
because
be
we
a
go
lot
to
of
the
people
SEC
opting out.
championship
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, and I enjoy
You
it.
know, yes, and
But it's starting to mean
it's-
less and less. The
it
outcome is
is,
starting to mean
right.
less and less.
In that game, I mean, you could have gotten 3 months ago, SEC championship tickets were going for $1,500 a ticket in our section where we are. You could have gotten in for a couple hundred in our section.
Yeah.
This last go
Right.
around, really, I didn't know that
Yeah, against Texas.
because there's
But-
just the stakes are not as high.
Right. Yeah. It's just because you knew both teams were in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both
no
teams
matter
were in
what, yes.
regardless. Yeah.
So you're
both
watching
teams
for
were
who,
in.
you're
Yeah.
watching
so,
for who gets a bye,
right.
Which is
you
probably had
get
more,
into the
you probably
bowl-
had more expensive tickets for the ACC championship
Right,
in
and you-
Charlotte,
and you
seeing if
get into-
Clemson could punch their ticket.
and you get into
Probably
these
so.
and you get into these bowl games, and it used to be, wow, we haven't seen this matchup in 30 years.
Right.
We haven't seen this matchup in 45 years. Well, now we haven't seen this matchup since week 7.
Yeah.
It's just becoming more and more, with the conference expansion, which I think is ridiculous. I cannot stand the fact that Stanford and Rutgers are having to play against
That's
each other
crazy.
in the same
That's
conference.
crazy.
I like regional conferences.
I do too.
And I think that that's something that, what are you going to do? It's all about money.
But is
you
it
know,
better? But is
it's-
it better? Is it an
Right.
improvement? Is it an improvement on what we had?
mhm.
Because last year Georgia gets left out in the cold, right? Because they
last
lose
year
to
Georgia
Alabama.
would have been like the 5 or 6 seed
right,
at least.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Uh-huh.
get
Right.
bumped out
Yeah.
because we lose our
Mhm.
conference
Right.
championship, right?
Mhm.
I don't know that the 4-team playoff system is.
Oh, it's not great either because
No.
you had a 13-0
There
Florida
was
State
no
team
right
who got
answer.
left out because
Well,
their
it all
quarterback got
started
hurt.
because there, in my opinion, it started with the BCS, and you could have technically had, and before that, you could have technically had split national champions. I think there's nothing right with that.
With the
No.
BCS?
Well,
that was
not
terrible.
with BCS, but
No,
like
before, like previous.
previously, like
Like what,
1997
96, yeah.
and 04. There were 04, 97, and 90 because 04 it was USC and LSU split it. 97 it was Nebraska and Michigan split it. In 1990, I always tell my Tech friends
Tech
that's the
split
year that Colorado won the national championship.
The Colorado one,
Yeah.
Tech
Yeah.
tied.
Right. And so, but there was
Wasn't the
nothing. There's
BCS
nothing
in
okay with
04?
a split championship. There's just not.
The BCS
you know.
was in 04, wasn't it?
BCS
Yeah.
came in. No, the BCS came in the late 90s, didn't it? Because
It
I think
started in the late
Tennessee,
90s, that's
because I
right.
think it was that year that Tennessee and Florida State played.
Yeah,
It
because
was like 98, right?
so Florida State won the first BCS and they won the last BCS.
I think Tennessee won the first one, didn't they?
I thought it was Florida State. I could be
Okay.
wrong.
Was it Florida
Yeah.
State with Chris Winkie? Was that
Yeah,
the?
I think so.
That
would've-
was
I'll
well,
fact check.
they
That would've
won-
been 99,
fact check that
99
one.
or 2000.
No, that would have been that would have been 99 or 2000 because
Snoop
so-
Menace.
I think Florida State played 3 years in a row for the national championship because they played Tennessee in '98 because that was the year after Peyton Manning.
That's right.
Because Peyton Manning was a senior in '97.
That's right.
T. Martin comes in '98.
Oh yeah.
And he's playing, and they played against Florida State. And I think that's the year they won, right? And then '99 was the Michael Vick. That was Florida State and Virginia Tech. Yeah. And then the year after that, it was Oklahoma because their quarterback was Josh Heupel, who was the Tennessee coach now. Yes.
So 300 pounds later.
So,
right.
Okay, yeah. So it was Tennessee. Tennessee beat Florida State in 98.
98.
And then Florida State beat Virginia Tech in 99. So, okay.
That's the.
But Florida State won the last one in 13, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and make
that was after he stole crabs from Publix.
We can talk about predictions. I'm going to go ahead and make one prediction right now. I think Tennessee goes to Columbus, Ohio, and beats the Ohio State
light up the board,
University.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I agree.
I will take
and
that
so I heard this. So
top.
listen to this. I heard this fact today. I was listening to another. Yeah. So anyway, listening to this fact. Ohio State is 1-13 against the SEC in their last 14 games against the SEC.
And that is why Ryan Day is not going to make it much.
Dude, if he doesn't win the national title, he's out.
He's gone.
If he doesn't beat Tennessee, he's definitely out. They fire him before he gets to the tunnel.
He's already in the hot seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I called this last year.
Right.
When Harbaugh left Michigan and went to the NFL.
Yep.
I told my buddies, I said, guys, if Ohio State does not beat Michigan next year, Ryan Day's done. And I'm honest to God,
happened.
I'm surprised he has a job.
He's on the
right
hot
now.
seat.
Yeah. And I mean, the fact you didn't play in your conference game, you didn't play for the conference title, and you drew Tennessee, which is going to be 8-9 matchup. And did you hear what happened about the shoe? Huh? Boys, I'm on all the Tennessee message boards, married into the Tennessee family, right? So I follow all the Vol for life and everything.
Yep.
Allegedly. You can fact check it. Allegedly, this is what happened. There was a Tennessee fan who created a fake Twitter handle and reached out to one of the Ohio State season ticket holders. I was like, "Hey man," because Ohio State sent out a promo code, or not the promo code, but the pre-sale code to all their season ticket holders, and they said, "Look here, you guys buy tickets. We're giving you all a chance before we put them on StubHub and we put them on Ticketmaster." Right? Okay, so. Excuse me, had to burp there. So this guy from Tennessee messages one of these guys, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm a big Ohio State fan. I want to buy tickets from his son. Can you give me the code?" And the guy's like, "Well, prove that you're an Ohio State fan." This dude goes through AI, puts a jersey on himself of Ohio State, sends it to the guy. Guy sends him the code. And then the dude takes it and puts it all over the Tennessee message boards. And Tennessee fans are buying more tickets than Ohio State fans did. And the code wasn't anything elaborate. It was like OSU FB or something like FB OSU or something like that. And so that happened. Okay.
That place is going to be checkerboarded orange.
Dude, they've already got plans.
Yes.
They've got plans to checkerboard the shoe.
Yeah. Knoxville to Columbus is only like 4.5 hours. Or
I think it's
something
6.
Is it 6?
My in-laws looked it up. I think it's
way
6.
less than that.
Well,
I thought it was too. But my father-in-law looked. I think it's about 6.
It's going to be packed.
Okay.
Well, and everybody's like, "Oh, the cold weather's going to get them." Tennessee's in the freaking mountains. This is Knoxville.
This is
it's like it snowed 2 inches there.
Right.
Well, that stadium is not used to having a game in the middle of December either.
No, it's not.
That's
It's
crazy.
not.
Yeah.
I follow a guy on Facebook, Luke Jackson, and he
the
put
Braves closer.
No.
Are you going to that game?
No. Oh, I wish.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Have you ever been to Ohio State Stadium before?
No.
I've been outside it.
I don't think I'm going to step foot in that place.
Yeah, I don't ever plan on going there. But this dude, he posted on there. Apparently, you know how you can like control the you can control like some of the jukeboxes from your phone, right? Like at Waffle House and stuff. Like,
sure.
You might know all too well here shortly next week. Stu with the fantasy
we'll
football
see,
punishment.
Brett. We'll see.
But was he last place?
No.
Well,
was he last place?
They play for the toilet bowl
Playing
this
for
week.
last place.
He's playing for
you're
last
playing
place
for
right
last
now.
place.
Oh, and guess who got hurt?
Who's that?
What's the tailback from the Lions?
Kirk Cousins' feelings.
No. Kirk Cousins' feelings. Oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank.
Look it up on your phone.
Better look up. You better get you some Michael Penix in there.
So these guys, they went on to like the touch tones or touch tunes, whatever it is, and they added credits. And every single Waffle House around Columbus, Ohio, they have played Rocky Top nonstop.
Wow!
And so
that
I mean,
awesome.
God, it's great. Like I love it.
I got to give it to the Vols for that.
David
one.
Montgomery.
David Montgomery
out for the season.
Out for the season.
My best player.
David Montgomery.
Sonic and Knuckles is what they call them, the two-tail backs.
We're in a
That's
PPR
right.
league, and your
Yeah.
best players are running back.
It's not CJ. It's not CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's not ETN.
I lost
he's
my,
still back
in
there.
my league. I got knocked out of having a bye, even though the team that I beat twice had the same record as me.
They had more
I
points.
beat them twice. They had more
They had more
points.
points.
That is
We're gonna
crap.
change that next year.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Matchups.
it needs to be head to head.
Yeah.
I agree. That was crap.
Yeah,
I
we'll
should have
we'll
gotten
do
the
that in
bye.
the 4F league.
And then-
I think I have the most PF.
And I had
points
think.
for. There's no
Yeah.
way, Stu.
Hang on. Check
I
it
had
out.
No
listen,
way.
listen to this. I have Sam Darnold and I have Jamar Chase, who have just been putting up great numbers this year. Darnold only had 13 points. Jamar Chase had his only like second or third single digit point game. And, he had 44 points in one game a couple weeks ago. Sam
Yeah, I mean,
Darnold had some
68 in
insane
mine.
amount against
And
Atlanta.
I got Burrow as
Yeah.
his quarterback, as my quarterback too. So I'm
Right.
getting double the points.
Yeah.
It's either
I'm
really
glad-
good or really bad.
I'm glad that Penix is going to get the start for the Falcons.
yeah, I
I'm
think
looking
that'll be
forward.
good.
I really liked watching
I was
him in
pretty
college.
disappointed watching Cousins in that game.
Yeah,
we
he just
against
doesn't
the
have it
Chargers.
anymore.
We
He's
should have won
He's
that
a
game.
great guy and everything, but it's time for.
Well, he had a couple great games at the beginning.
It's been
of
a
the
while since we've had a really promising rookie quarterback that we know is going to be able to handle it.
'Cause
And
do
I
they
think
have-
this kid is really fun to watch. I really enjoyed watching him at Washington and at Indiana.
Desmond Ritter, was he did they get him as a rookie?
They
Yeah.
got him as a rookie, but he wasn't
was,
ready. He's not. He actually is
Is he
starting
still
for
playing?
the. He's
He is?
starting for the Raiders. He
is?
played
I didn't
against
see
us.
that. I saw
He's
that.
actually like Brock Bowers is depending on him to get him the ball.
He was
Stu, you
Cincinnati.
have 1,986 points.
What's there's PA and PF, right?
That's points against.
Never mind.
Yeah. Points for,
Never mind.
points against. Yeah. Everybody's ticked at me in my league
Look, I've
because
got the most points.
I got
most points against.
I was in first place for about 5 weeks and I had the third least points in the league. And so like it was the running joke, but I said, "Man, look at my points against." You got to play you got to play defense too, don't you?
What's prediction 2? So
Prediction
we,
2.
We all,
okay.
we all agree
I'm going to
Tennessee's
give you
gonna beat
I'm
Ohio
going to give you
State.
my prediction 2.
Okay.
Texas is minus 12 against Clemson. I think Clemson keeps it
I think it's a one-score game.
within a score.
I think it's- yeah.
Unfortunately, I do think Texas
think they
wins,
win as
but
well.
I really, really, really hope Sammy Brown has a great game. Great kid from Jefferson that used to play at Commerce. I taught him when he was in middle school, know his family real well. His brother played for Jefferson last night in the state championship.
saw that.
Great kids, both of them.
God,
I
was so happy
really,
Jefferson
really,
got
really
beat
hope
last
Sammy.
night.
I really hope Sammy gets his name called a bunch in that game, and
That'd
that's
be cool.
kind of why I'm rooting for Clemson, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Well, and we
Yeah.
hate Texas, right?
Well,
I don't hate
listen.
Stuart and I were around. We need to talk about these Texas fans we were around at the.
They were obnoxious.
They
I
were,
thought.
some of them
They
were.
were
Some
out
of
of
the people behind us, the guy that
The guy in front of
actually
us that was
handled
wearing the mittens.
Bevo, the guy that actually
cool.
took care of their Longhorn cattle was behind us.
He was cool.
Okay.
Really
so
nice
he was
guy.
in the stands. I was
But I'm
like,
going to
they
show
didn't
you
bring
some.
Sitting
him.
right
But I'm
behind
going to
us.
show you some pictures. So this guy
That
was in
guy.
front of us.
That
This
was-
is the guy right here. We're showing this guy with
That
a
guy
Quinn
picked a
Ewers
fight.
jersey on.
That guy picked a fight
and
with
he
the guys in
has
front
a
of us.
foam rubber Longhorn hat on.
Kind of looks like
And
two hanging
It
off
is
the top of it there.
so we're going to edit that out. Okay, so Will's going to edit that part out, and
How do I flag this?
yeah, he's going to flag that and edit
Marker.
that out.
All right.
So,
He didn't shut
but
up the
this
entire
guy
game.
turned around the entire game, was trying to pick a fight with this kid, like about 4 seats down from me,
When you say
where we
kid-
were.
No, he's a man.
Okay.
I'd say he was 20.
You
Yeah.
say kid, I think Harrison.
When I say kid, I
Okay.
say anybody younger than me, which is, still 40s. But this guy, though,
was
was
39.
very obnoxious. He was just trying to start a fight. And then here's this guy right here
jeez.
that looked like if Will Cofield, ran a ranch and,
If you put on
or
a
I'm
cowboy
sorry,
hat and
if your
sunglasses.
daddy ran a ranch in
Yeah,
Texas.
there we go. I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
There you go,
I
yeah.
want to run a ranch one day, boys. Like, and I don't plan on looking like that.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
just saying,
Yeah, he looks like a wannabe Rip from Yellowstone right here.
Look,
This
the
guy.
way, the
It
way his
was,
shirt's
He was
tucked in
actually
the
pretty cool, though.
front,
Yeah.
It looks like it's a bodysuit that
Yeah.
the ladies wear with a high cut size
Goes
all
on
the way
it.
down.
These guys were proud
Hey,
of
get
their
my buttons.
cowboy hats, man.
Get
They
my
were.
buttons.
It's a
dang,
thong-
they
it's
were
a thong
proud.
button up.
Yeah. But the people we talked to were cool though.
That
I
guy
thought they
behind
were
us
all
was
right.
pretty cool.
I gave the horns down to Matthew McConaughey.
There you go.
Oh,
I
yeah.
promise you looked right at me when I did
Hey,
it too.
did
Yeah.
you did you
And
get
this meme right here. Okay, so this one right here,
that's
y'all
hilarious.
probably
I've
seen
seen
this.
it.
That's
I've
good.
seen it. I made it while Stuart was getting gas in on the way back. We were about to go
That
to
took forever.
Chili's. we were about to go to Chili's to eat after we were done. We were driving back, and we were getting. It's not where we went, but but I made this meme while I was sitting in the car because it took Stuart about 30 minutes to get gas.
I'm sure.
Plus,
The gas tank. That was not my fault. That place is ridiculous.
This one it says it's got Matthew. It's got Matthew McConaughey holding up the horns and grinning like he does in like all those romantic comedies, and it says how many times y'all lost to Georgia. So there's two fingers in the air. Yeah, and then there's Timothy Chalamet. You younger people know
who knew me. He knew a surprising amount of.
He actually did a good job, but here we are on game day right behind it. There we go.
He's either
giving the horns down. Of course,
he's either a legit football fan or he did his research, heavy research before the game. He knew his stuff. Okay, so I'm going to say this, and this doesn't bode well for Georgia, but I'm going to say it. I don't think Texas is a very good team. Texas has not played anybody.
Hasn't played
and for
anybody.
us to say that we beat him 2 times, I don't think it's saying much. We had Quinn Ewers on his back every single play.
And the Texas fans now are calling for Arch to get in.
They are. They were calling. The people around us were calling for him the whole time.
So that said, I'm going to give it to Clemson. I don't think Texas is that great of a team.
I think it'd be awesome if Clemson won. Do I see it happening? No. But I also did not see my 4-year-old today in her Christmas program throwing up horns down and the middle of singing.
Nice. That is
Mary,
legendary.
did you know?
Love
yes.
it.
But
Love
you know,
Mary, did you know with the horns down?
With the horns down, baby. I'm just saying.
So if any cows showed up at the manger,
2 in a row,
horns
baby.
down.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
Our next game.
I'm going to say one more thing on that before we move on. If Georgia has to play Texas for a 3rd time, that is going to be terrible. What a horrible setup.
I think as much as I like Kirby. I'm not a Georgia fan. Y'all know this.
Sure.
I'm not a Georgia fan unless Matt takes me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Unless Matt takes me to the SEC championship next game. Next year. Yeah, but I'm not a Georgia fan.
If you bring a Tennessee fan to the SEC championship,
I've already told Will he's like 4th on the depth chart to go to the. Stuart's not even first on the depth chart for
it's
that.
Your dad's tickets, right?
It's Mandy. Mandy's got They're mining my dad's tickets.
Yeah.
And Mandy has first dibs every year. And I tell Stuart this, but we have an 8-year-old that has basketball. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
So
I don't know. Hannah's a football fan, but I think if I got tickets to a big game like that, she might be like, I don't know. But I say that
there's some stipulations if you ever do go. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you told me I got to wear
Don't be the one guy showing up in the Tennessee,
Yeah.
Because we saw that there were a bunch of random Florida fans. There were random Ole Miss fans.
They're everywhere.
Random
the Tennessee
Gator
Georgia
fans.
game 6 years ago when me and Hannah first started dating.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was probably 8 years ago. We've been married 6 years. Like, we're at the Tennessee Georgia game. There's a dude in a Florida jersey trying to pick a fight with Hannah's great uncle who's in his 80s now. The dude turned around, popped off, and they call her great uncle the Jellicoe Jackrabbit because he's from Jellicoe, Tennessee. Y'all, this joker got up out of his seat, gripped that rail, and drew that arm back. And I was like,
oh, he's fixing to wear somebody out.
Dude, this is the first time I ever met this man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well. Here we go.
Go.
All right. I've never been in a fight before.
I've been in Knoxville. I've been in Knoxville a few times, and there's billboards hating Florida up there. Like Florida, I feel
Knoxville's
like they.
a tough place
I feel like
to go
they
as an
hate
opposing
Florida.
fan.
I feel like Tennessee hates Florida worse than they do Alabama.
They hate
I
us,
think
they
it
hate
sounds
us quite a bit.
They do, but we're like we're not as high on the depth chart as like Florida and Alabama are for them.
I'm just saying, you don't break out a cigar.
So here's what I think. Okay, so I'll take
especially now.
Okay, so I feel like Tennessee at least has a respect for Alabama. They have zero respect for Florida.
No, I can't.
Yeah, it's
well, you have to respect Alabama.
It's almost like
you hate them, but you got to respect.
Yeah, it's almost like a family member almost with Alabama. They have
a cousin. It's like a cousin who married your ex-girlfriend.
Right,
an arrogant cousin that you don't really like. Yeah.
And in both cases, probably related to him anyway. Okay, so
I've got a Florida story that we're going to circle back to later.
Okay,
let's keep going.
SMU and Penn State are Saturday at noon. I can honestly tell you guys, these are the 2 teams in all of the 8 teams on here I've watched the least this year.
I'm going to go first on this one, Stu. I honestly expected Penn State to get taken out to the woodshed against Oregon, and the fact that they hung in that game and actually still had a chance to win until they're at the very end. I don't know. SMU has looked like a good team, but then they turn around and they get beat by Clemson, who got beat by South Carolina.
Right.
And so that's going to be a crapshoot. I think that's why they gave him the noon slot is because
that's going to be
it's not as high stakes. I don't think they think it's going to be that
good.
It's not
as high stakes. Well, I mean, every game has the same stakes. But it's the two least watched teams of all of those games.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So
I'm going to go with
mainly
Will.
because of SMU.
I'm going to go with Will. It'd be cool to see SMU go deep into the playoffs just because they're not typically up there, right?
Right.
They're coming back from the dead, so to speak. But it's Penn State. They just recruit higher 4- and 5-star kids. SMU does not. Penn State's going to win.
I think Penn State's going to win too. But after watching that Pony Excess documentary on the 30 for 30 against SMU,
that's pretty funny.
I honestly believe that's the best one they've ever done. And that Eric Dickerson story about how he wakes up and there is a gold Trans Am in his grandma's driveway.
Do I have to get this back?
And he calls SMU and says, "Do I have to go to Texas A&M now?" And it is the most.
Do I get
that is the most like asinine, just unbelievable stories in that documentary. Like he's not honoring the bribe. And they have got some great interviews on that thing. And listen to Eric Dickerson talk about Texas. When Eric Dickerson was getting Eric Dickerson, for those of y'all listening, if you don't know, he is a legendary running back that went to SMU, played in the NFL. He's an NFL Hall of Famer as well, running back. He got recruited by Texas first. And the Texas recruiter told him, if you don't sign with Texas, we can make sure that you never get a job in the state of Texas again.
Ooh.
And he said this right in front of his grandma, right in front of everybody in his family that he was sitting there talking to him with in his living room. And he said, "Blank you, I'm never going to Texas."
Where's the button?
I didn't say it. Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. That you, Just listen to that though. It's unbelievable.
Nothing will make you commit to a school like a good
it would
threat.
be cool to see SMU get big again though, and it'd be cool for this to be the reason why.
The platform. Do we think they're? Do we think they're back? Do we think it's too early to say?
Well, it's going to be too early. Yeah, it is. They just about beat Clemson though. They came back. We were
by a 50-something yard field goal, right? 56-yard field goal. I mean, down to the wire.
Well, and too, if it's what's going to be wild is if what like quote unquote brings SMU back was them joining the ACC. Like what?
The Atlantic Coast Conference.
The ACC.
No, now it's the All Coast Conference. That's the All
Atlantic
Coast.
Coast Conference.
Teams in Cali now.
Yes.
Like that's so dumb.
Yeah,
Like Florida
Atlantic
State's golf
Coast.
team's going to get on a plane and fly.
That's the worst thing about it. Their poor women's softball team or the whoever, the volleyball team from Rutgers has to fly across the country and play USC.
My favorite thing about the ACC is watching Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
That's the best.
Boy, they're awesome. Yeah.
Are you a Florida State fan?
Yes,
Of course he is.
I was raised a Florida State fan.
Of course he is, man. I love Florida State in the 90s, man. Charlie Ward and Peter Ward.
How did you in LaGrange grow up to be a Florida State fan?
My dad.
Lee County. That's his Lee County roots right there. He's a bunch of Florida State people.
No, my dad's
Dude, everybody in Southwest Georgia is either a Georgia fan, an Auburn fan, or a Florida State fan.
You're right, but I was only there 2 years. I was a Florida State. My dad just loved Bobby Bowden.
Yeah.
Like he like such a great coach and stuff. And so like there's a tree, there's an ornament hanging over there on that tree. You can see it right there. The white one with the old Seminole head. And that says it's got my name. It's like from 93.
Okay.
And so like my dad.
That's the year you were born?
Yeah.
So you were born the year Florida State won the national championship. I have the 1993 Florida State national championship VHS tape somewhere, and it's yours if I find it.
Oh, let's go. I will send that bad boy off and have it put on a DVD. But no, I can't believe you hadn't seen that. Upstairs, I got a Florida State football that Hannah got me for Christmas. It's got Dalvin Cook, Jimbo Fisher, DeAndre Francois, and Randy Sanders.
So you were never a UGA fan?
My mom claims that I was, and there's pictures of me in Georgia shirts that she would put me in and stuff. Now, we came up for one of the, what is it? It's the fan day. It's not, I don't think it's called G Day. And like, I know G Day is the game, but when they have all the fans and stuff like come up and the kid, like
they have picture day.
Picture day.
They just call it picture day.
They still have that.
So I came up to that and stuff, and I really wanted to go see David Pollock because I loved that. I love that guy.
David Pollock was coaching in the state championship the other night for North Oconee.
His son
Shout
Nick
out to my boy Will Peters. Shout out to one of my really good friends, Will Peters, the defensive coordinator for North Oconee. Big win. Big was awesome. Win for the state championship over mighty Marist.
Yeah, that was
awesome. And Marist is not an easy team to beat. Those of y'all who know Georgia high school football, Marist, that coach has been the coach, I think, for 40 years. Big they said yes. And the North Oconee Titans. Big shout out to those guys, man, especially my very good friend Will Peters, the defensive coordinator. They played a heck of a game.
And one of our former players, Braxton Goolsby, from East Jackson, he transferred, and he was on the defensive side of the ball.
He got an NIL deal.
Possibly, yeah.
But
Pollock went to high school down the road from me, so I went to Brookwood. He went to Shiloh.
Yeah.
He graduated a year after me. I remember seeing Pollock at parties when we were in high school.
you went to parties in high school?
Did I go to parties?
Did
I was the party in high school.
You still are now.
Yeah, right. Come on now.
He's still the guy that hangs out at high school parties. Right?
I go back with
Hey, ladies, you want to come to
wear my
school?
Letterman's jacket. Hey,
graduated 1980, man. Like that. He's like that guy in Varsity Blues, that Tweeter messes with.
I told so I went to the Jefferson LaGrange game a couple weeks ago, and being from LaGrange and stuff, and so I went to that game and I was telling my high school kids, I was my seniors in class, I was like, yeah, I'm going to the Jefferson game tonight. Why? And I was like, oh, they're playing my old high school and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, you gonna go pull for Jefferson? Hell no, I'm not going for Jefferson. No way. Like, I'm pulling for LaGrange. They're like, yeah. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna break out the old Letterman and wear it around. They're like, God, please don't. I said, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that.
And he was cool. Yeah. He opens. It's like that scene in Billy Madison where Adam Sandler shows up at the high school and parks on the Trans Am
with the jean jacket and
he opens up the jacket and kind of just stares at everybody and everybody's like, okay,
what is this guy about? I bet you I haven't been to a Brookwood High School game in 15 years. Yeah. But the last one I went to, my old coach saw me. And he used to always say this to me when I was in high school. No, this is Cruz. Yeah, Cruz. Okay, yeah. Cruz saw me, and he said this. He hadn't said it to me in years, but he looked up and said, "Smith, you are a DA, and that does not stand for distinguished athlete." He would say that to me every day at practice. I said,
"Stuart, were you third or fourth string?"
Oh gosh, I was pretty deep down the line. Let's say that.
Lord.
So tomorrow night, guys. 8:00, Indiana plays Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
That is the battle of the state of Indiana. And I don't remember the last time they played. They never played.
Have they ever played? They've never played?
I think they have played.
In the state of Indiana, those two have never played.
I don't know when the last time it was that they played. I can look that up. Yeah. But they have Notre Dame by 7. The only time I've really watched Indiana play this year was against Ohio State. Watched Notre Dame's game against Northern Illinois that they lost.
Yeah, that was nice.
Watched them in at least one other game.
Notre Dame's
they've looked good though. They've just got a big group of guys that can run, and they've got way more. I feel like they've got way more size than Indiana, and I think that that coach used that loss as a big motivating tool right there. I think Notre Dame wins this one. I don't know if it's going to cover or not. I would say that they probably do cover. I'd say I like Notre Dame by maybe 10 or 2 touchdowns.
I was going to say 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that would put Notre Dame against Georgia the next week.
Who was Indiana played?
Other than Ohio, they did meet Michigan, which a lot of teams beat Michigan this year.
So they play Ohio State.
Yeah,
they played to them. With themselves.
Yes.
We're going to be editing a lot of this out. Will
they did that?
Host.
Okay, are we up in the ante?
Really?
Because I've been holding back.
Pushing the
I don't care. I'm not going to edit that out
tonight, man. God.
Let's go.
They played with themselves. And I'm not a big fan of the Indiana's coach either. He ran his mouth all season. I'm like, look, if you don't play anybody, run your mouth.
Is his name Signetti? Is that his name? Yeah.
Yeah, Signetti.
All right.
You don't hear me
Indiana,
talking about
so 31-7 over FIU.
Right. I whooped them.
All right, here we go.
Beat them by 30 points.
31-7 over FIU. That is Florida International.
Who we talking about?
This is Indiana. 77-3 over Western Illinois. UCLA, they beat them 42-13. Charlotte, they beat them 52-14. Maryland.
Hang on, go back. How many group of 5 schools did they play? Because you've named off like 3 or 4 already.
So I named off Western Illinois. Okay. And I named off FIU, which is D1, and UCLA and Charlotte, I believe, is D1 as well.
FIU still group of 5. Like group of 5 is D1. Right. That's like Georgia Southern or West Georgia.
Well, here's their better games right here. They only beat Northwestern 41-24.
Nebraska.
Only. And Northwestern's one of the worst teams in college football.
Yeah.
They beat Maryland 42-28, beat Nebraska 56-7. With Dylan Raiola, who was supposed to go to Georgia.
Okay, I'm not impressed.
You say that Northwestern's terrible on NCAA. Mm-hmm. Just say it, won a natty with them. They're not that bad.
Oh, okay.
They've had some good seasons.
You won a natty with them?
Yeah, on NCAA.
Yeah, okay.
But I also won a natty with Florida State, and we see how that worked out this year.
Right.
So
So
Michigan
back
State,
to reality. They
Michigan,
did beat
Ohio.
Washington 31-17. They beat Michigan State 47-10. 20-15, 5-point win over
Point
Michigan.
is anybody impressed?
They lost
No.
They lost to
No, it's-
Ohio State 38-15 and beat Purdue 66-0.
I'd be curious to see where
Yeah.
that strength of schedule ranks.
Mhm.
It's got to be low.
Pretty low, yeah.
Yeah, very. I'd say
Here,
very, very
Here,
low.
you've got that pulled up. I'll pull this up.
And,
over here.
and while I'm not a fan of, Notre Dame, they've played some. I got to give it. They've played some decent teams. Better than Indiana.
Yeah, Notre Dame has.
But they can
There's
pick
some-
and choose. They don't have to play the
Right.
same people.
They need to be in a conference.
They need to join a
They've
conference.
They beat Texas A&M.
They beat A&M. They beat USC.
They beat Louisville. Louisville was good
They
this year.
beat.
They beat Louisville.
They beat Army. Army
They
had a
beat
good
Tech.
season.
They
right?
beat Tech worse than we beat Tech.
Wasn't that Army?
They beat Navy 51-14,
Navy.
and they beat Army 49-14.
And
so-
Army. Remember, Army was in the playoff contention
Yeah,
at one point
mhm.
earlier.
They
this
sure were
season.
because they were undefeated.
That's
yeah.
right. They beat
Yeah.
Tech. They beat
Wow.
Tech in Ireland. Remember
52
that? That was the
3.
first game of the season. They played in Ireland.
52-3 over this one team called Florida State.
I want to hear it.
Huh. Huh.
Don't want to hear it.
You heard of this school?
So Georgia never plays Florida State.
Oh, they did last year in Miami.
They
and I
sure
really
did.
don't want to talk about that.
Okay. With the exception to the last two.
I guess we'll
games in the
count that
last
as
2
a
years.
game, but
When I was growing up, we might have played
67. I'm sorry, 67th is their strength of schedule.
67.
67th and the 66th strength of schedule school is Marshall.
yeah.
And just for giggles and
And
grins,
Marshall just lost everybody on their
They
team
did.
because
Yeah,
they
they
all
did.
hit
They
the-
did. The
and
herd.
guess who Georgia opens up with next year?
Marshall.
Well, hey,
The herd migrated.
The Thundering Herd.
but I'm going to say this. That's
Ain't
not the
thundering
worst
no
strength
more.
of schedule, though, because Boise's in here, and Boise's got the 79th strength of schedule.
What about Notre Dame? Just where they come in?
I imagine they'd be somewhat at the top.
Do they have Georgia number 1 on
Probably.
strength of schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia's one, Mississippi
Georgia's one.
State.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Y'all keep talking. I'm looking.
Oh, they're on down the line.
But
They're on
I got
there.
Notre Dame winning the game though.
I do
definitely
too.
have-
Does
I
anybody
think so.
disagree with that?
No,
Nah.
I don't.
All
So
right.
I think we pretty much
61st. Notre Dame,
61st. Oh.
61st.
So they're both pretty lousy. I'm surprised. Still,
Florida
one-
State's 14th. Just saying. Hey,
Really?
yeah.
Do either of y'all
The-
have
the,
any?
The point I was trying to make earlier is when you were in high school and you were choosing to be a Florida State fan and not a Georgia fan, they're not rival. They're not rival teams.
Correct.
No.
Okay. So
One of my good buddies was a Florida fan, though, and we'd always
Mm.
have that bet during rivalry.
Mm.
Like, hey, Florida State wins, you wear the Florida State jersey.
Yeah.
Florida wins, I wear the Florida jersey.
So you were just kind of neutral about Georgia, about UGA.
Yeah, I mean, I had friends that pulled for me. Yeah, I didn't. It wasn't like, oh my god, I hate
Yeah.
Georgia. And then like even moving here, my best friend from college, big UGA fan, season ticket holder, and everything else. And I told Hannah when we moved here, I was like, Hannah, you work in Athens. We live 25 minutes from our front door to Sanford Stadium. It would be so cool to be a Georgia fan, but I just can't do it.
I know.
Like I've tried, and nothing against y'all because y'all are not the obnoxious Georgia fans, but like.
Sometimes.
There are some. Though.
Well, yeah, well, okay. When you're over here watching the game, I like it when you're over here because Georgia's
Mm-hmm.
normally losing. Lund, but yeah, Lund went home the other night, and Georgia came back and beat Georgia Tech. I was like, "What the crap?"
yeah, I'm
Stu-
done watching
yeah.
games over here.
I love.
I was
Florida, too.
about to quit Tech, and Stewart just about lost his pass to the SEC championship because we finally won one that he came with us.
That's
to.
right. A
Yeah,
big one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I mean, just like I don't know, man. I went to the Tennessee Georgia game 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they set you right next to one of the student sections because there's multiple, right? They set you right next to it. I got dog cussed the entire
Really?
game. I got drinks poured on me, everything
Oh,
else,
wow.
and I was like, "This isn't work. It's football."
And
guys.
they're not even like. There's not even hate there. Like we've played. Georgia's played Florida State two
No.
times.
I'm talking about Tennessee game. Tennessee game.
Yeah.
Tennessee
Oh,
game.
oh,
No,
different story for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
But like we moved up here, and like I'll be walking down the road or walking in a store, and I'll pass a Georgia guy, and he's like,
I didn't mean to do that
calm
to you, by
down.
the way. I'm sorry I did that to you right in the middle of Ingles, man. I mean,
Oh, that was mad.
yeah. I've never barked at anybody in my life.
but
I
it's
love
just
how
like,
that's the
golly.
reputation that we have. Like anytime they have like one of the SEC shorts or one of those things that we watch online, barking at
thing.
people, and that's just the dumb rednecks that they film doing it.
yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
We've got plenty of those.
Tennessee's got some too.
Oh, hey,
Trust
yeah,
me.
shoot, yeah, man.
Yeah.
They get all hopped up on moonshine.
But I will
It's
tell
like,
you
shut
right now,
up.
there is nothing on this earth like a drunk LSU fan.
Oh,
man.
they
My
take the cake.
goodness.
That would be the scariest
I
place
told-
to
I
go.
told- Yeah, that's that neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what's the
Get your hand over the. get your
Everyone
hand
knows the neck lyrics. That's what
But
we
when
were.
they- okay,
yeah.
so when they pan the stands at an LSU game in Death Valley, you know, Georgia's got the crazies wearing the spikes and all this. Tennessee's got their section. Everybody's got their little group of wacky kids. When I'm talking like the adult section. I'm talking the alumni section. Everybody in there's got their shirt off and they're painted.
Yes.
I'm going the whole stadium.
There are like mid
They're all
30s to mid
crazy.
40-year-old people in there that look like
I'm talking. You get your butt kicked in like the old
They were
alumni
the-
section.
yes,
of the
yes.
stadium.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, you know how Neyland does the checkerboard with the orange and white
Right.
down
Oh,
there
yeah.
in Baton Rouge? They
Uh-huh.
do it with shirts and skins.
they do it shirts and skin. Yeah.
Yellow.
I mean, there's
and purple
literally
paint.
people that look like they just crawled out of the swamp.
The bayou.
And they go in there.
Yeah.
For real, man.
LSU.
Who just threw a coke at me?
Oh,
Was
that
that
old
90-year-old lady?
That's why Orgeron was the perfect
Oh,
coach for
dude.
that.
I love
the
Coach
best.
O.
He was the absolute
Straight
perfect-
out of the water
yes,
boy.
Straight out of it. Straight out.
Hey,
I-
oddly enough, look, so I went to LaGrange College, right? Farmer Fran, I forgot his real
Farmer
name.
Fran. That was
Farmer
his
Fran.
name. Yeah.
Farmer
He went to
Fran,
LaGrange.
he's an alumni, LaGrange
I,
College.
I guarantee he was valedictorian too.
You remember the time, Bobby?
Every time I went to class, I went to two classes on how to LaGrange. LaGrange.
Oh, that's
Yes. Our most famous alum from Young Harris is Trisha Yearwood.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, who knows her complete alphabet and is married to Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But man, I tell you what,
Mhm.
I would have liked to go. I would have loved to go to the show he played in Neyland. Man, he played
Oh, yeah?
on a rotating stage
Mhm.
in Neyland.
When?
Wow.
It's been a couple years ago because there's not been that many concerts in Neyland. There might have been that I know. I could be totally wrong here, but I'm pretty sure there's been 2 concerts, like big time concerts in Neyland. The first one was Garth,
Mm-hmm.
and the second one was Morgan Wallen this year.
Not
that'd
Kenny
be good.
Chesney.
I don't know if Kenny played there or not.
This year, or he's played there before.
Okay.
Oh,
so-
yeah, he's definitely played
Okay.
there. Yeah,
Kenzie
yeah,
and I went and
100%.
saw Garth
'Cause
Brooks
he
play in
made-
Greenville. He puts on a good show.
Yeah.
Really?
Kenny
this was
Chesney
like
at the
5 years
Neyland
ago.
concert said something like, I always dreamed of playing in this stadium.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
then, instead he's playing guitar in the stadium instead of playing football in the stadium. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I
So,
get what you're saying now.
so
I like Kenny simply because of his connections to Jimmy Buffett. So,
Oh, yeah, they played a lot
yeah.
together.
The
Uh-huh.
no shoes.
Yeah, the no shoes.
So Trisha
nation.
Yearwood comes
Yeah.
out at the Garth Brooks concert in Greenville. This was
Mm-hmm.
5 to 10 years ago. She comes out and she goes, "All right, I'm gonna sing y'all a song that was made popular 25 years ago." Okay,
Mhm.
and she sings the song from Air Force One with Nicolas Cage, or not
That's,
Air Force One.
that is Con Air.
Con Air. Excuse
Con
me.
Air.
How do
Con Air.
I? That song is called "How Do I Live."
How do I live?
Yes.
And I'm sitting there thinking, "There's no way this song's 25 years old. That movie just came out." And I'm sitting there doing
Yeah.
the math. Oh my goodness, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's
So-
an old movie.
So here
You
I
were a
heard
kid when that movie
I
came
heard
out.
an interesting fact. So do y'all know Christmas Vacation, the movie?
Chevy
Yeah.
Chase, sure.
So
Yeah.
do you know the scene where he goes up in the attic and he's watching his
Yeah.
old family film? So if that movie was made today, he would be watching film from 1990.
Good night.
Because in that movie, he was watching film from
60s.
1955, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah,
yeah,
because it was
yeah,
all
yeah.
black and
Yeah.
white. Yeah.
That's
And there's other
wild.
ones like Back to the Future. Like if he went
Yeah.
back to like nowadays, like 1955 would be 1993. He'd be going back to.
Well,
if it was-
didn't Marty
yeah.
McFly transport to 2015?
he went to 2015 and there were flying cars and those
Hoverboards.
and then Elijah Wood was playing the old video game, the Gunsmoke thing or whatever it was called,
Yeah.
where you had to. And they said you have to use your hands. That's like a baby's toy. And then like the Pepsi cost him $50.
Good
And,
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
and,
like
and
they
old
the
Biff,
shoes-
old Biff
Remember
was
the
out.
shoes? You
Yeah,
just
and,
tap
old,
them
and
and
old
they
Biff
do
was
themselves.
still a tool, and he was out there
McFly!
waxing. Yeah, McFly, your shoes on belt. That's like my favorite. I love those movies.
Those are good
I need to
movies.
watch those.
so
I don't know
good.
that I've ever
It's
seen
been
those.
been a minute.
Have
I've
you
not
never
seen it in
seen
years.
the Back to the Future?
I don't know that if I had,
Never?
dude. It's been
So
years.
the next podcast
I
we
need
do,
to
we're
see
going to
it
do
again.
the Never Have I Ever section.
Oh,
Never
okay.
have
Okay.
I
Because
okay.
it's almost time. You
We're
said
good.
we're doing an hour. It's
Okay, well,
8:47.
let's-
This has been a quick hour.
We,
right?
hey, we can go ahead and
This-
scrap this. We can cut another episode.
This flowed pretty
I
good.
need it.
We don't need to scrap it. Let's keep going with the playoffs. Let's finish it up.
All right.
Okay, well that was it. Well, do you want to go to the next rounds or do you want to do that?
Nah,
for the
'cause
next one?
that's-
Yeah,
that-
we'll be
that-
here for
that
yeah,
opens
we'll
a
be
can
here
of
for a
worms.
We'll do
while.
that
Yeah.
next time. This flowed pretty good.
This flowed great,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Mhm.
I have a lot of out of bounds things I could touch on that are pretty good, but we got to play it safe.
Yeah, we sure do.
We got to keep it PG-13.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
2 educators and a distinguished elevator
Well, hey, look,
repairman or whatever it is you do.
I really
don't know.
didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he did, right?
Yeah.
And then I was messaging him. I was talking to him. I knew you did the elevators and stuff.
Mhm.
And then I was talking to him about, well, hey, look, when you lose a fantasy football league, you're gonna have to throw that bumper sticker or the tag bracket on back of your truck with the pink tag bracket with the unicorn.
Yes.
Just says, I suck at fantasy football. And he's like, I gotta leave that on there for a couple weeks. And I was like, nah, dude, till the season starts next year. He's like, a whole year. I go to construction sites. I'm gonna get beat up pulling up in there.
Yeah,
So-
I can't do that. So the backup loan, check this out. The backup for the loser, if I lose, is
The 24 hours in Waffle
24
House.
house in Waffle
Oh,
House.
and we can help you with that though,
You
right?
lose an hour for every waffle.
Yeah.
you
Every
eat?
waffle, yeah.
I'm telling you, I think I'm going to be in there for about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell everybody I know to come grab a waffle with me.
I wanted
What are we doing?
Stuart. So Stuart, I don't understand still why, like, when people call your company, this is not the music. Please hold.
Love it in elevator. Aerosmith.
Hold on.
Oh, that needs to be it.
Let's just say the industry's got its ups and
Yes.
downs.
Sure does. Yes.
Dear Lord.
Who
But
said that?
Yes, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what I'd rather see more. You 24 hours in a Waffle House or the pink tag bracket on a
Ooh.
Tesla if
We
Pratt
can help you,
loses?
but the Waffle House thing, your buddies can like either sub in for you.
No.
Or
No,
like
no, no,
they-
no, no, no,
or
no, no, no.
It's not
You lose 1 hour off the 24-hour sentence for
For
every
every waffle you eat.
eaten, whether you eat it or a friend
or a
family
friend.
member
Oh
eats
well,
it.
absolutely.
Oh,
man.
what? I didn't know that was.
Yeah.
When did those rules come about?
I thought you said it was 1 hour for every waffle eaten.
Did you eat?
By myself?
Yes.
So your friends can't eat a waffle.
Like, I mean, now if we sit down, we eat the first one we eat, we'll count. But then after that, it's like, nah, boss, it's on you because we got to see how many waffles you pop.
Oh
polish
man,
off.
well I'm not going to be able to eat more than about
I
7
will
or 8 in a
help
24-hour
you.
period. How about every friend? It's a half an hour. Mine are an hour. and
Who
friends
is he
half
up
an hour.
against for last place though?
Pratt, Austin Pratt, our girls tennis coach.
Okay.
It's not me. I made sure I was
Okay.
not in the
No.
bottom.
I beat him. I beat him the other 2 times I've played him.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I've got the most points all league.
Wow.
Yeah,
How
I've
about
also got
that?
the most points.
No, that's why I was making fun of you saying that.
If I ever
Oh,
drop for my other league, I'm going to join y'all's. and
Yeah, come on.
Dominate you guys.
It was
'cause-
fun. It
yeah.
was fun.
Well, the winner gets a belt too and money.
There
That's
you go.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. The belt. and
Yeah, the
money.
big WWE.
We
belt
have a
upstairs.
big trophy, and we named it after our league commissioner's brother, who was in our league, passed away, and so we named it after him. His name was Jason Martin, so we call it the Jason Martin Memorial Trophy. And so it's a big trophy that we get to keep. Then.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
there's
yeah,
a
it's
serious.
awesome.
They actually go meet up at a restaurant. Everybody does a draft. There's a
Y'all
Yeah.
go to Taco Mac?
We go to my friend Ryan Rapetsky works for Athens Neurological,
Yeah.
and so his office is right there on Baxter Street, right across from like Dick Ferguson's, on Baxter. So the office part, not like where where you go in for a treatment or whatever. The actual office part has a giant screen, and then it's
cool.
got a table, it's got a refrigerator and everything. So
That's
we go
cool.
have it there. So, we can, bring food and drinks
Yeah.
in and then do the actual live draft all together. So
Yeah, that's cool.
we have had everybody, and we've had a 12-team league for a long time. I've been part of it since 2008. And so,
So you're thinking about leaving?
no, I'm not thinking about leaving. No,
Oh,
no. I
okay.
just said if I ever did,
Oh, if you ever
I'd
did,
join you.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's cool. Like you can get on the schedule.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
with Taco Mac and stuff, and they have like the podium and everything that you walk up
Right.
and you read your.
Oh,
thing
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Like,
We used to, yeah.
It's legit.
Yeah.
Well, have y'all watched the TV show The League?
Oh, of course.
Like-
Taco.
Like,
yeah.
like when you said the big trophy, I was like, what you call
yeah,
it, the
yeah.
Shiva.
Yeah, the Shiva. Yeah.
The league. I've not.
That's
seen
a really
that. It's
funny
good.
show. Yeah, that's a funny show. That was
It's on-
on.
it's
That
on
was on
what?
FX.
Netflix.
Yeah.
That was on it,
it's
and
on
it was
Hulu.
it was on
Hulu.
F.
All
Yes, it was on FX for a long time.
How
but
that show was on TV boggles my mind.
there are some.
Like-
Whoa, have you ever seen Shameless?
Yeah, that was. That
I've
on,
watched
Was that
clips.
on TV?
I
though?
have watched clips of
I
that.
thought it was
and,
Netflix.
Don't know if
yeah,
it was
I
on
don't
TV.
really. No,
I started it and I was like, this is a little much.
no.
I just started watching Landman.
Yellowstone.
Is
was
that
tough to
good with
watch.
Billy
Yeah.
Bob Thornton?
Landman's
Okay,
good?
yeah.
Landman. So it's Taylor Sheridan. So
He's
it's
got the hot
same-
wife and a hot daughter-in-law, or right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Landman.
Landman.
And that's on Hulu.
No, it's on Paramount.
It's
So
on Paramount. I
the
got
same
Paramount.
guy. So Taylor Sheridan did Landman, and he's also the director of Yellowstone.
And so
Yellowstone was rough, brother.
did y'all watch the
liked it.
finale?
It was-
Yeah.
No, I've watched the recap today. I'm going to start the second part of season 5 probably tonight.
There's a couple of spinoffs that are coming from Yellowstone. Apparently, there's one with Rip and Beth that they're going to do, and then there's another one called 4 Sixes.
Yes.
4 Sixes is going to be the big one.
That
That's
follows
gonna be
Jimmy.
The,
It's gonna
when they
follow
went-
Jimmy around.
when they
if
went
he's
down to the ranch down there
Well,
and
no,
did
they're
that.
going to do the whole history of it because apparently 4 Sixes means that the guy who started the 4 Sixes won a very high stakes poker game to win that land in that ranch,
And he won it with
he
4
won
sixes?
it with 4 Sixes.
Really?
Yes.
That's why I
Yes.
knew that. So
Yeah.
is Landman as is it as bad as not as bad?
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
So
You couldn't put it on TV.
Okay, so Kinsey could not sit and watch Yellowstone with me. It's too much for her.
Now there's not nudity in Landman, but the language, just like the F-bomb, just about every other
Violence.
sentence.
A lot of violence.
Yellowstone
was extremely violent.
Yellowstone is really violent. Landman is different kind of violence, though. I mean, but it's like real life violence when they're out working on oil rigs and the oil rig blows up and they just get blown to smithereens.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well, the only clip I saw was when he comes to the pool and his wife has been just sitting there drinking margaritas all
yeah.
day. And he goes, "Come on, honey." You think he's going to take her back to the room
And he
like,
throws
take
her in
care
the
of her?
pool?
He drops her in the pool.
It's Billy Bob Thornton, right?
Billy Bob
Thornton,
yeah.
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's a good show.
Yep.
Good night, Ryan. Love you. Hannah's like, say love you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's a good show. I really like it, but I need to finish up watching Yellowstone. And then so apparently Taylor Sheridan, who's the owner or the director and like producer of those, he bought the 4 Sixes. So like that's his ranch, I believe. Is what they were saying. Like when Yellowstone started, that's why he kind of tied it into it. So,
Oh, it's a real place?
is it? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Does he call it that, or is it called just something else? Yeah.
Let's look. Let's fact check it.
Well, look, in the meantime, got a picture of Zachariah and his girlfriend at school. And they're going to party.
He
Isn't
has
that an
got a
awesome,
girl.
isn't that an awesome picture?
Hey, my man.
What is he wearing?
Cheers. He's wearing
It looks like a leprechaun.
he's wearing a little Christmas outfit,
It looks like a leprechaun.
and he's doing cheers.
Let's see. Yeah, it says it's real, and the 4 Sixes Ranch is real and is owned by Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan.
Okay.
He bought it in March of 22.
But the deal on the show Yellowstone was they moved him down there because that was supposed to be like the toughest ranch.
They were going to make,
Yeah.
make a man.
Make
out
a
of
man-
it.
make a man out of Jimmy.
And if he
Yeah.
could survive that, he could survive anything,
Yep.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Mhm. There's some good lines about that too. There's some
Jimmy
really
ended up being one of my favorite characters on
Yeah.
that show.
Yes.
You know, because he started out as like a real loser, like
Yeah.
a meth head
Right,
kind of
yeah,
deal.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just somebody
And then figured
down
it
on his
out.
luck.
Figured it out.
Just kind of was getting picked on by everybody.
Realized if he got into the rodeo, he could get the ladies.
The
right?
And
quintessential.
the buckle
buckle
They
bunnies.
take the word.
Buckle
They
bunnies.
take the term cowboy very seriously on that show, and he was a wannabe cowboy.
Yeah.
He was the.
What was it they
quintessential-
called
But he
it?
became,
They call him a
but he
poser.
became a cowboy.
Yeah, he became
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 Sixes. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he had to ride all the way from Montana to Texas with Taylor Sheridan's character,
Yep.
who is like a big time
Yeah.
horse dealer and ranch
Uh-huh.
owner and all that. You know,
I think it's
so-
cool. Like I'm the producer and I'm going to be in the show too.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he's a good
awesome.
actor too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Now,
have you-
if there was ever somebody to play a badass, it was Rip.
It
That
was
guy
him.
was
Yeah.
a bad hombre, man.
And y'all don't
I mean,
realize
that
it, man.
dude-
That guy, his name is Cole Hauser. He's been in so many movies. He was in Dazed and Confused. He was Benny in Dazed and Confused. He's the one that is kind of the leader of the senior guy gang. He's got the old baseball shirt, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
sleeves.
That was
and
him?
he shows up, he's the one that has the CB radio
Yeah, I
and he
know who
starts
you're
yelling.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's him.
That's
He's in a
Rip.
movie called School Ties as well. School Ties has got
seen
Matt
that.
Damon and Ben Affleck in it and Brendan Fraser. And the kid, the character that Brendan Fraser plays is Jewish. And he gets recruited. He's a quarterback at this inner city school somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think, or Massachusetts or somewhere. And he gets recruited to go to this really ritzy private school that's basically like a Harvard feeder school. And they find out eventually that he's Jewish, and he gets bullied like to the max because of that. Like,
How old is
there's-
this show?
it's a movie. And I think that movie was from I'm going to take a guess.
It's called School Ties?
It's called School Ties. Yeah.
sounds-
It's got Chris O'Donnell in it.
I wonder if I've
It's
seen
got
that.
it's got Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon plays a complete prick in this movie. He's terrible.
And he wears the Star of David necklace, but he keeps it like tucked into his shirt.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, and he like gets romantically involved with Matt Damon's girlfriend, and who goes to like the girl version of the boys' school, and like he's the stud quarterback. He's very popular and all this. And then when they find out he's Jewish, then he gets treated completely differently. Yeah, everybody turns on him. It's crazy. Yeah. I think that I'm going to take a wild guess and say that movie's from 1992.
Yeah, it's
Almost Famous was not Almost Famous. Dazed and Confused was 1993, I believe. Wow. Yeah. So that's and that also has,
but
yeah, Dazed and Confused is phenomenal. That's Matt. Okay, so all right.
Yeah,
that's Matthew McConaughey plays the guy we were making fun of Stewart for being. He's the 26-year-old guy that's still hanging out with high school kids.
Okay.
He's the quintessential guy going around.
And they were like why do you always hit on high school? Because he goes, I keep getting older, and I keep getting older.
I get older, and they stay. Yeah, that's
creepy.
That's the line from that. But it is a phenomenal movie. It's Richard Linklater is the guy that directed that. Yeah, and but it takes place in Texas in like 1976. And they get a lot of things right in that movie. Like, you watch that, it's very genuine.
They did such a good job of developing Rick's character. Right? Like if he walked in here right now, I'd be scared of him. I don't know. I have no clue whether he could handle his business or not. But that series would have you convinced that he can.
I'd be more scared of Beth.
Oh, dude, golly,
man.
Terrifying. Oh, she's nasty. She's nasty.
My favorite line, and we'll probably wrap this up here in a minute or whatever. My favorite line from Yellowstone is when Beth is standing outside and Rip walks right by her and says, "I just don't have the energy for you today."
Because Harrison says it.
Harrison's told me that before. Yeah. Yeah. My son.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, guys, it's about all the time we have for this episode of the Spread Eagle podcast.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Well, I don't. We'll see how often we're going to do this, and we'll just we'll drop them out as they come out, and in the order that we do them. So
come listen to us BS.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, guys, y'all have a great one. Spread Eagle.